Yes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to SPX 2014. I'm Joe.
I'm Rusty.
I'm Claire.
And I'm Kelly.
And you are the Dirty Diamonds.
We are Dirty Diamonds.
It's not the Dirty Diamonds. There's other ones.
We can be the Dirty Diamonds.
Anybody
It's your
who's
brand.
in Dirty Diamonds is a Dirty Diamond.
So me?
Sure. Sign
Yeah.
on
There's a
up.
lot of dirty diamonds.
Are you a lady now?
Well,
You know, some days.
I
Now?
don't really
No.
want to talk about it here, but yes. So we've spoken to you before.
Unfortunately.
Well, that's nice. So anyway, what's happening, guys?
It's been a big year for us. So we published our 5th issue. Yay! Which involved a successful Kickstarter. And we also were able to premiere the issue at TCAF this year in Toronto.
So not here.
Not
This is actually
here.
the U.S. debut.
Oh, okay.
So it sort of counts.
good
So
enough,
what was
I
in
guess.
hiding for 5 months?
I mean, it existed in boxes in my living room. but
It debuted in your living room.
Yeah.
In boxes, and then
it's been out for a while.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is a big deal.
It is a big deal. Yeah, it's been a big year. We ended up with over 30 different artists from 6 different countries. And through the Kickstarter, we were not only able to pay a cover artist, who is the lovely Carrie Peach, we were also able to pay the contributors. And since we reached one of our stretch goals, we were able to pay the contributors even more.
Whoa.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
the stretch goal was just give us more money?
Isn't that every
Like if you
stretch
give us
goal?
more money, we'll take that money.
like that's my life stretch
We
goal.
also were able to print more books.
Oh,
and we got
okay.
to do some nicer things with the books. So
Okay. So
there was
what,
some tangibles.
what were the upgrades made to the books? Do you remember?
I think it was mostly print quality.
Okay.
I'm about to say, we went from photocopies and stapling on the floor to, hey, these people will print it for us.
Gotcha. So it was like we're not going to use rags anymore.
Yeah.
They're going to use actual comic paper.
Stretch goal rag free.
Rag free.
If
Barely any
when
bugs.
we hit $10, we promise not to publish this on rags.
And no insects that we can tell.
Yeah. Actual ink.
Yeah. So how's it?
Special to SPX, though, we just announced the theme for our next issue.
Oh, whoa.
So-
Exciting.
Oh, and that if theme is?
Tell our viewers more.
Beauty.
So we're really hoping that people run wild with this theme because we really appreciate when people stretch and or break the rules. So whatever the hell that means to you, run with it.
Now, is it time for submissions yet? Now that you've announced
It's
the
open
theme.
now, yeah.
All right. So
Oh,
how
wow.
would somebody submit a story or an idea for a story?
Well, our deadline is in January.
Okay.
So we typically ask for a mostly complete comic. You don't have to be completely finished. We give all of the accepted artists a bunch of lead time until we actually have to have the finished work. But you got plenty of time to work on it now. There's, I don't know how many months that is. It's a while.
It's like 18.
That's
it's like
not-
18 months.
That's not even true.
I wish it was 18 months. Do you think
Approximately
of all
7
the
years.
things I could get done if it was 18
Well,
months
one of them
from now?
wouldn't be the next issue of Dirty Diamonds.
Yeah.
I have other things going on in my life,
Oh,
too.
sorry.
You know,
Okay.
maybe.
Sorry, you have other things going on in your life. This is
I could just
all
be
I got
making
is
this
your
up right
comic.
now.
All Joe
All I
has is
got
dirty
your
diamonds.
comic.
Claire, I'm really questioning your commitment to comics right now.
If I had more time, what would that be? More comics? No, sorry.
No, heavens no.
I'd sleep more.
I'd go to the grocery store more often.
Hey, that sounds good.
I'd
right?
fold napkins so they look fancy.
I'd do my laundry.
I would create tablescapes.
Tablescapes.
Learn a new cocktail.
Oh, nice.
Think of the things we could do with our time.
So many skills.
All you have to do is push back the deadline 18 months
Yeah. It's a simple thing.
instead of January
We'll just
15th.
tell everyone that it's all your fault, too. Be like, Joe and Rusty kind of communicated to us that we needed to be achieving other things with our lives.
Yeah,
so
no,
we're
you-
just going to push that deadline.
Well, I'm
back.
glad we've gotten to the
Slight
point
hiatus.
that you guys are big disappointments, and we really need to address it.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We're so glad you're here to keep our egos like large and right up front.
Well, I get all the viewer letters and emails and postcards, and that's all they've addressed. They're like, hey, if you ever interview those ladies again, let them know I'm really disappointed in them.
We'll take it into consideration.
Thank you. That'll be
That's
the
all we
next
can
theme. Disappointment.
Ooh,
That's pretty good, actually.
I kind of like that one.
That's like fertile ground.
It's gonna be a bummer.
I don't know if you know this, but I'm not screwing around here, guys.
Serious comic.
You're like, I'm getting in on this thing.
Yeah.
I don't get credit in some capacity.
Thank you for continually being our muse and our business advocate.
I am most often referred to as a muse or someone you don't like. It's one of the two.
Every
50-50.
single one of those Facebook likes, just fills my heart every time. It's like, oh, acceptance. Yay.
I only post one thing every day just so I know how much I'm liked that day.
How else do you know? It's validation.
Yeah.
It's literal validation.
I mean, because I talked to the guy in the mirror and he doesn't like me at all.
And with his Facebook likes, he has a cutoff that he wants to get to, but he does offer stretch goals past that too.
Yeah. I won't sleep in rags.
Yeah. If I can get 500
You're
likes
really
on this
moving
picture.
up in the world, aren't
This
you?
is
I'm
a
not yet,
student
not
life
yet.
model.
No,
we haven't hit the stretch
if he
goals.
gets his stretch goals. He's not hit his stretch goals yet.
I live a destitute life of sadness. Let's just
Well,
say
you
that.
make it look so good, though.
Yeah, I know. I tried.
That's what counts.
I put on a good face for like 72 hours.
The rest
Just
of the year,
this
oh my god.
weekend.
I toss away all the tear-stained napkins.
Rags, right?
Yeah, sorry, rags. I can't afford napkins.
Friday night is like, okay, let's do this.
Let's get it all together. All right, so that was a good time.
So what else do you have?
What else do you have?
This year?
I have a new book that I did. It's called Weird Me, and it's about how when I was 13, I was the webmaster of a Weird Al Yankovic fan site. So a lot of nonsense happened, and this is going to be a long story explaining all of the things that happened because I had this website.
Wow. All right.
It gets a little strange.
These are life-changing moments for her.
I can imagine. Yes.
Were you ever snatched away in a van or something? The way you describe it?
I mean, some of the more eventful things that happened where I got a stalker who tried to mail me presents, and I had to be
Wow.
like, "Hey, mom."
But were they were they nice presents?
It would have been. I don't want to give the story away
No,
yet.
sorry. Yeah,
Sure,
you got to
yes.
buy
But
it.
that's going to be in an upcoming volume. So this gives you all of the necessary framework for understanding my mental state
Well,
in creating this website.
By your estimation, how many volumes are you looking at?
It's going to probably be 4 volumes.
Okay, so one of them is just stalker presents.
just page after
It's
page
going to
of
be
song
like the
presents.
climax.
It ends up like a
this
catalog where every page is just details on what present you may have received.
It's just the shipping progress.
That's a really good
Layover
book.
in Cleveland.
And by the way, you're welcome again.
More creative notes.
Yeah.
You send so many presents. That's what it is.
Yeah. So I was
You
talking to
would
Weird
never
Al.
achieve anything without you guys,
I know.
obviously.
I didn't want to say anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a woman's book. Yeah, but we know that the guy is the one that gets it
Right,
going,
you're
right?
The
Really?
background driving force.
This is the secret driving force behind,
Behind
Dirty
every
Diamonds.
great woman, there stands a man.
Right. And then
Being
I
duly
hear that guy's
ignored.
me going, "What's going on, dude? Someone talk to me. We like it. Please like it." So
Stretch goals.
yeah, stretch goals. Guys, I still have rags.
It's getting worse.
Now, what else do we have on the table here?
Oh, so I have a new series of prints. I do this series of collages that are pieces of furniture and then combine them with images from romance novels and pulp romance comics.
What inspired this idea?
So this is kind of a funny story, actually. I went to see Jane Eyre with a bunch of friends of mine, and we took a couple flasks of whiskey in with us and watched the movie, and it was great. And drank all the whiskey, which was also great. And then we went home, and I was sitting in my studio doing that little like side to side sway, and I was like, I know, I'm gonna put this thing and this thing together. And that's where this came from.
Like magic.
Yeah, and then it just became a, okay, do it again. Okay, do it again. Okay, do it again.
Did you have to do the entire movie viewing whiskey consumption?
Yeah, I was
and
going to
then-
ask.
Is that
Is
part
that
of the
part of the
process?
whole process?
That's a great question.
You're welcome.
You know what?
Boom use. That's nice.
It was just an initial. Had to do it once, and then, you know, absorb
you had a-
all that goodness.
So it's
had-
not
and you go
method
from there.
acting.
So,
No.
so it's like a base whiskey.
Yeah.
You had a mighty thirst,
I had a mighty
and upon
thirst.
quenching of it, you went and you
I
had
was
these one.
inspired.
Yeah.
No more rags for me.
No more red. I got to get one of them.
Once you get past rags, you will never want to go back to that ever.
But I also have them available framed, which I thought was really nice for people, because then
Very
it's
classy.
like, oh, you want art that's just going to go straight up on your wall. Here you go.
Right, or their fridge.
Yeah.
wherever it's
right?
going.
Yes.
Frames on your fridge.
My
Yeah.
fridge is my main gallery at my house.
It is an appropriate space for such things.
Do you mean for your own work or the work of others?
Like I acknowledge other people's work. Yes, for everyone.
No, it's just you.
These are my favorites of my own work.
What did I make today that was amazing? Good question.
What haven't I made today that was amazing?
And so I also see a tote bag hanging off the.
Oh yeah, so Dirty Diamonds through the Kickstarter printed a tote bag which we silk screened at BYO Print, which is a print studio in Philadelphia run by some college friends of mine.
Yeah, so we made some extras after the Kickstarter, and now we have them for sale, and they're beautiful.
They're very nice. And I understand they come with washing instructions as well,
They
yes?
do. Well, it's more like ironing instructions because, we didn't iron them, so you have to iron them. Sorry.
So was there a stretch goal where you did the ironing?
No, actually,
huge.
the original goal was someone else was going to print them, and then we went, we have to pay for shipping, so we'll be printing them, thanks.
So now they're all lovingly handcrafted and probably a little sweaty because we did this on a 95-degree day.
So they're unexpectedly artisanal now.
They're
Yeah.
very artisanal.
One of a kind.
Each one is one of a kind.
Original.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, was there a whiskey driving this boat too?
Maybe the idea
Yeah, I
of
was
it.
about to say whiskey might have been driving the initial design process, so not the printing itself, though.
Because that would have been haywire.
Then there's just too many variables in play, You're just going to get some, who knows?
That's
There would
how you
have
end
been
up-
some of these that were just a sheet of green,
No
just
screen.
a
No
hand
screen,
print where you
just
picked it
ink.
up.
just squirting ink right onto the tote bag.
Oops, rubbing it in with our hands. They're like, this is going to work great.
So whoever gets this is lucky.
They
Yeah.
wish they could get stuff like this.
So you have the new volume deadline for
Yeah.
whatever they do is January of 2015, I assume.
Unless
Yeah.
it's your plan, then it's like 2018.
Yeah.
Depending on which one you go with.
I like this plan. This is a
See?
really good plan.
We'll just announce the next 5 themes and just crank them out.
and just be like,
I got
boom,
those, by the way,
boom,
if you're
Okay,
wondering.
please send me an email.
Disappointment, pugilism, shoes.
With a question mark.
Yeah, you're like,
Jesus.
what? Because it's kind of like a mystery then.
Oh, okay.
You don't even know.
Then it's questionable as to what it's actually
Right,
about.
and then it's like puppies with the ellipses. Right, and then I don't know, there's a 5th one out there somewhere.
It's kind
Rags.
of making me want to have a theme like hubris.
Hubris.
That was going to be
good
the 5th
one.
one. That's cool, you can do it.
Yeah, you're welcome again
Yeah.
for the ideas that you're giving me.
Do you have anything to say, Rusty?
I'm really focused on rags right now. I
Let's
don't
talk
know
about
what
how
else.
great prom was.
Oh, yeah, we should
Let's
do
talk
that.
Oh,
about how
yeah.
great prom
Yeah,
was.
so you guys were a key part of the prom planning committee.
We were on the emails and everything.
On the emails and
Very
everything.
official.
Yep.
There's
Yeah.
very official SPX planning that goes on via email.
Yes.
It was so great actually to see like a window into it and be like, oh, everybody's as organized as I am. Like I feel
Yeah.
a lot better about myself right now.
That's what we're here for.
She may not have
That's
agreed with you.
I didn't say anything.
No, but you vociferously shook your head. You just, no.
Very implied, but that's all right.
She's trying to edit me. She wants me back
Well,
in
she
the rags.
can tell that you're jumping out of this
Trying to
ship.
get you back in the rags.
Back in the rags.
She's drunk in a studio playing with collages and Jane Eyre.
You'll never drag me back to rags.
Back into Rags was my comeback album, actually. No one
Why
bought that
don't
one
I
either.
have that? I need that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's nice. I do blues covers, but
Oh.
with a recorder and a bear hat.
And there's actually a guy that does covers of your stuff that walks around here at the
Yeah.
show.
And he's way more successful.
I mean, we don't talk about it, but apparently we
yeah.
do.
Sorry to bring it up.
Covers of a cover. All
right,
Can't
so-
hate on that.
Now, I'm not sure who came up with the first idea for some type of music-oriented event at SPX, post-Ignatz.
So, what I remember is I think it was Eden Miller that posted it on Twitter at some point where she just wrote SPX prom, and that stuck in my brain for probably 6 months. And every now and then I'd be like, is this actually happening? And I would just tweet it at somebody, and I would always get a little coy answer.
Well, I saw you say that at one point. Is this a thing that's happening? And I wrote to Michael Thomas and I said, people want to know, is this the thing that's really happening? Because I'd heard people talking about it. And then shortly thereafter, there was an official committee that, they made it happen.
Yeah.
So we like to say that just our unbridled enthusiasm is what brought us into the fold on
We
this
just
project.
really wanted to party
Right.
even harder at SPX.
And you brought next level party.
Yeah,
to
we
this year's
did.
SPS.
We
What
brought
made
a
it
very
next level, Russ?
sparkly.
You just want to throw around terms. How did that work?
Specifically, handmade backdrop,
Yep.
photo booth.
It's true.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Props.
don't know. Our sequin dresses, those were like
Sequin dresses
pretty
are kind of
high up there
amazing.
too.
Yeah,
for
those
me.
were top notch.
That was a lot.
Those
of
were a
fun.
stretch goal, guys.
We don't
Yeah.
mess around.
So you made the backdrop yourselves.
Yep.
Then you had to transport it
Yes.
through hours of
It
driving.
barely
Yeah.
fit in my car.
Yeah,
but
it was
made
like leaning up against the door in like the back seat, and I'm sitting in the back seat, wedged between like boxes and then this thing. So like to get out of the car, I have to open the door, take the backdrop out, and then I can get out and put the backdrop back in.
So when this happened and you had to take the backdrop out, did you set it up for photos?
We
Yes.
did. We every time we
in
made a
every
stop.
parking lot.
Yeah, when I got gas, we set it up. When we stopped at Total Wine, we set it up.
Yeah. Sounds like a nice trip.
It took 16 hours.
Where there was lots of photographs, but you can't tell where any of them were.
No,
Not at all.
because they all look the same.
Exactly, the backdrop.
Well, everyone's just in an incredibly classy location.
We also had to get dressed up for each one of these stops.
Yeah,
so.
of course.
You're not
It
going to
was a
stay
full
dressed.
Yeah,
hair,
you had-
2-hour
makeup.
drive became like a 16-day
You had
journey.
to construct your dressing curtains so that
Yeah.
you could dress like a lady in proper attire.
Yeah, right.
We probably should have rethought this.
No, you did well.
We did.
You made it.
thought this.
You made it. You
Not
started.
this at all.
You started in July and you finally made it. And then prom happened.
Yeah. Actually, I will admit that we put the backdrop together about 2 days before we left for SPX. We were like,
that is
oh.
the perfect SPX way. So that's
In
exactly what it
true
says.
comics fashion, this was the equivalent of folding and stapling in the hotel room the night before.
That's exactly right.
It looks so good. It was so fun setting it up too, because Shannon was down there and our friend
Carla.
They were down there and they were like, oh, and then like the minute they saw it, they were like wanted to help so bad. Like they were like holding stuff up, handing me zip ties, doing this, doing that, giving me advice, and like it was great. It was just like people saw this thing and they were like, I have to be involved. I have to be involved right now in any capacity
It's
possible.
inspiring.
I liked their attitude of everything can be solved with glitter.
Yep.
So a lot of that being thrown around during the planning.
So I have asthma. I was wondering, is that true? Because I haven't looked into this. Is this some type of homeopathy I need to investigate? Glitter?
Oh
Were you-
yeah.
I mean,
Or you
yeah,
can
just
inhale
try spraying it down your throat.
Okay, I'll give that a shot.
We'll give you our extra glitter hairspray if you need to try it out.
That
Nice.
almost suffocated us when we used it, but you know, he'll be fine.
I will be fine.
Big deal.
I think
Yeah.
it's labeled as extremely flammable.
Okay, well,
So
don't worry.
You
I-
can't go wrong.
I won't smoke anything while I'm fixing
We
my asthma.
also bought a tub of 300 bobby pins, and I did a series of people's hair in the bathroom prior to coming down to prom.
Really?
Yeah, so there was like a full prom, like pre-prepare station happening in our hotel room.
Now, I mean, I don't.
We didn't even see that
I'm not
much
trying
on.
to cast aspersions, but I did not get invited to have my hair did.
No.
I didn't know you needed
You
your hair
had to make
did.
an appointment.
Where's the book?
You have our email addresses.
You were on the emails.
Yeah,
Haven't
but
you seen
I didn't.
Facebook?
I
Not
will-
on the bobby pin emails.
I was going to say I will review those emails word for word, and I won't see the word Bobby or pin
or
in any
hair.
of them. Yeah, well, maybe
Maybe
hair. I
hair.
talk about it a lot.
It just comes up.
That's
a
the
lot.
sixth theme, by the way. Hair.
Joe's hair.
Oh, my
Joe's
hair.
hair, yes.
Now, look, guys, let's be serious. If we're going to do a theme,
It's wide open for interpretation. I
please
like
do a
it.
theme about my hair.
Yeah, it's genius.
Because if you ever wanted to see how few submissions you'll get, let's do
We
a-
won't even make comics for our own book.
No, there'll be like an indicia for copyright information, the title, and thanks for reading.
It won't even be folded. It'll be a sheet of paper.
It'll be a half sheet that we
Yeah.
didn't even bother to cut.
Yeah. Tear them up and share them with your friends.
Little like check slips so you can pull off the like, oh, this
Yes.
one's about Joe's hair. This one's about Joe's hair. This one.
I can't wait, guys.
This is gonna
You've
be a
made me
really
so
So
happy.
SPX 2015, you can look out for the debut of
My
Joe's hair.
heart is unto a stretch goal. I can't believe it.
The Kickstarter will probably be for about $10,000.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yes.
Why?
that's
So you want it to
reasonable.
fail?
I
Right?
mean,
You know.
we should probably ask for more.
If we want to do it right.
You think we gotta photocopy all those pieces of paper? I mean,
And then we gotta like cut those little.
yeah, this sounds
One by
like
one.
labor.
It sounds worth it though, right?
Yeah,
Totally.
Yeah, it does. 16 months. That's all you need.
The end result.
16. Wow, that's 2 less than the publishing a full book. That sounds
I know.
great.
I know. But you're going to fit it in there somewhere.
I'm gonna put it in somewhere. I'm gonna extend the year for you by another couple months. Just to give you a little space.
Just to do
there.
Joe's hair, Dirty Diamonds. Now, see, I'm going to think about this later, and I'm going to be really sad that it's not going to exist, but that's okay.
Well, as long as you work on your submission, that's the main
That's
thing.
true.
But then you'll be totally ready for the issue about disappointment.
Oh, man.
There are so many levels
Full
to this.
circle.
Yeah, well played.
We're going to have to watch this video again just to catch all of the things thrown my way.
So you're gonna have a series of stories to progress now, from like the Joe's Hair book and with your one story, and then the disappointment issue, which is gonna have your story about nobody buying the previous issue.
It's a
this.
series. We're
All
really
drawn
trying
on
to
rags.
loop them in. This is a multi-volume.
This is how you make a
endeavor.
layered story.
Yeah.
This is how you make it rich.
This is how
involved.
the movie they do of my life will have
Yes.
chapters, because I won't be around to talk about it at that point.
Joe's hair. Joe's disappointment over Joe's hair.
Yeah, every
Joe's
day.
sadness over his disappointment of his book.
Okay, so I don't know what else. You guys like the prom though? You had fun?
Oh my God, yes.
Prom was a great time.
I think I'm gonna go for my favorite prom memory right now is everybody dancing to Rock Lobster.
Okay.
And when they do the part in Rock Lobster where they go down, 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 everybody lied down on the floor. Like everyone was like lying down on the floor, like writhing
Was
on the
there a
floor.
gas
and I
attack?
was just like, yes,
was-
this is
The
exactly
glitter
what it should
overwhelmed
be.
people.
It was a huge mistake.
It was terrible. We poisoned an
Things
entire
went
group of
terribly
people.
wrong.
All right, well then, what's your favorite prom memory?
What was my favorite prom memory? I don't even know. It was when I came downstairs and just saw that the room was already bursting at the seams and people were losing their goddamn minds. It was just, we felt like proud little mama hens. We're just like, look at our little babies go. They're having so much fun with the things we put together for them.
You know, I'm so proud of comics people for being like, yeah, let's party like party,
Yes.
and no like hesitation. Like everyone was like, oh, it's prom. Okay, let me get a prom dress. Let me show up. I'm gonna wear a lot of eyeliner. It's gonna be great.
I think my favorite comment was somebody came up to our table today and he said, I'm so glad that nobody could dance, but everyone was dancing. It was just so egalitarian that everyone was just gunning it and just doing their thing, and it was impossible to judge because everyone was terrible.
Oh, it's great.
But it was fabulous.
There was no need for
It was
judgment.
pure enthusiasm.
What was your favorite prom memory? Prom king?
That's a good question.
Was there an official prom king? and
No, it
queen?
was me, and then that got thrown asunder with your suggestion of the prom queen. So then I had to
True.
withdraw my name.
Oh.
And then I believe there was a hashtag used this morning.
Yeah, he doesn't believe. He knows. He found it.
Identifying me as SPX prom king.
Interesting. Hashtags are very official.
That sounds like
Yeah.
a real voting process
I
to
think
me.
that counts, yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
that's how
it's
the next
legally
presidential
binding.
election is going down. So
Yeah.
vote by a hashtag.
My heart is unto a shrink goal now.
Big goals.
If you give us less, we'll do less.
That sounds achievable.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite prom memory?
I thought it was a lot of fun to see all the people taking pictures of the backdrop,
Yeah.
because they got a real kick out of taking pictures in front of that thing, and it just kept happening all night.
Yeah.
And that was really neat to see.
Yeah, it was very organic. Like people
Yeah.
just completely took to it. We bought a whole table full of props for people to use, and they were just going nuts with it. It was great.
My least favorite prom memory, and I mentioned this prior, is the nightmarish masquerade masks, which made
Oh, someone
every.
Yes.
drew eyebrows on it. That
Wow,
one?
that's
Oh, I
terrifying.
didn't see that. That's
Oh,
amazing.
you didn't see the
No.
one with eyebrows?
No, they didn't need to exist. Everybody looked like a secret villain. Like they were going to sneak upon you and take away something important.
Like they
But
had
how
evil
fitting at a
ins-
comic book festival that
That's
there would be
true.
villains running around at a prom.
That's
Well, there
true.
are.
There are.
There always are.
We're
They at
talking
least
to them
identified
now.
themselves.
All right, young ladies.
That's
do,
the secret.
do you want to answer mystery questions?
Who
Would love to
doesn't?
answer mystery
Yes.
questions.
Let's do it. We can't roll over their good
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm gonna like steamroll over your things.
No, I'll move my things. All right. That's your quarter. Mystery question for me. Move objects.
Take your time.
Shut up.
No, this is fine.
It's good.
I'll just fast forward through this part. And they'll talk like characters from Star Wars.
Almost. There you go.
There you go.
All right, so mine is what shape is the coolest? I'm going to go with the pyramid.
All right.
Okay.
Why?
Can you support that? Yeah.
Let's see. I like that it is an easily it's a very self-sufficient structure. So it holds up really well for millennia, and I also dig the fact that it's the elaboration on a triangle, but it has 4 sides.
So the cube, which is an elaboration on a square, nothing.
No.
It's derivative.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's too easy.
too easy. All right, Kelly, what was your question?
My question is, are there too many colors?
Yeah.
I think it depends on the context. I was
No.
actually talking to somebody about, I'm going to give you a real answer now. I was talking to somebody about working in color in comics, because right now I primarily work in black and white. And I was talking about how using digital color, I sometimes do feel like I have too many colors to choose from, because you have the entire infinity of RGB at your fingertips, and I'm sort of overwhelmed, and I just start noodling too much. In that scenario, I do believe there are too many colors. I sort of like the restriction of if I have a box of pastels, I'm like, I only got this shit to use, I gotta just make it work.
Should you set your own restrictions or obstructions prior to walking into color then? Be like, I'm only allowed yay amounts of color and cannot vary beyond?
I would have to have the diligence to restrict myself and not just have the knowledge in the back of my head if I was just I really want a really bright blue right now.
Right.
I can just be like, bink.
Just I just stick that in there. That's your stretch goal.
So to recap pyramids best shape, and there are too many colors.
There can be too many colors.
Well, no, it's a yes or no question.
As I said earlier, I like to break the rules.
Right.
So deal with it.
I think that's what we should end on. Joe dealing with it.
We all have to deal with it, I think.
Yeah, sometimes.
It's my deep thought for the day.
Deep thoughts with Rusty Rowley.
Is there anything better to end with? No, it's good. Well, goodbye.
Okay, bye.